Everybody, this is Bronco Juggalo, and I'm coming to you today with the 2010 I Spit on Your Grave remake. Directed by Steve Morand. It stars Rodney Eastman, yes, from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors. Sarah Butler, a beautiful young novelist, rents a cabin in the woods to write her latest book and is brutally raped by a band of locals and left for dead. But she will have her vengeance. Sounds pretty standard, right? Now, Jennifer Hills is played by Sarah Butler, which is awesome. This movie got banned in New Zealand, which I just found kind of funny. Hated by the critics. It was a box office failure. It only brought in about $500K, had a budget of $2 million. But it still spawned 2 sequels and has a much better rating than the initial follow-up, to the eventual follow-up of the original film. Sarah Butler actually had a safe word for the rape scenes that they got too brutal for her. I thought that was kind of cool. And this movie, as usual, because the UK is weird when it comes to this stuff, got cut very heavily. My only con in this is when you do a remake, you're supposed to kind of go bigger than the original. And this one was very tame compared to the original. It wasn't near as brutal, I don't think. At least as far as, what everybody got pissed about in the original, which was, of course, the rape scenes and all that. This one was nothing in comparison. I did like the change of involving the sheriff. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it took enough from the original to keep it faithful, but it also added a little bit extra to make it its own film. I thought the acting in this movie was pretty good. I did enjoy it. I really liked Sarah Butler as Jennifer Hill. The cinematography in this movie was spot on, man. It really reminded me of TCM 3 and the Friday the 13th remake. I know it wasn't done by the same people, but I really, really thought it reminded me of those. And I really like that because it kind of fits in with this whole group of remakes that came out around the same time. The only one that sticks out like a sore thumb is, of course, the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, which is just total garbage. I did like that when they filmed it, they modernized it. They put it in today's world. They put it in, 2010's world anyways. Which is, of course, as you know, very different from today's world, because today's world is full of a bunch of whiny bitches. I thought the lie bath and the sheriff kills were pretty cool. Very cool. Very uncomfortable. Those were brutal. In fact, the first few, the first while of this film, all the way up past the rape scene, I thought this film was going to be very underwhelming. I really wasn't enjoying it that much until we got to the revenge. Once we got to the revenge, I thought the movie was badass. Really enjoyed it then. And I really liked that they took their own revenge. They didn't just carbon copy the revenges from the original. Now, they did do the hanging scene somewhat. There was some differences and some twists with that I don't want to give away if you haven't seen the movie. But I thought that this movie did a really good job in keeping faithful to the adaptation, or being faithful to the original, but also just making it its own and coming out with something really cool and awesome. I do really enjoy this film. Like I said, the first 20, 30 minutes of it, I wasn't so into it, but that's just because it felt really tame and light, and it just didn't seem like it was going to live up to the expectations I had in my head for it. But it did exceed them finally. Guys, check out this remake. Check out the 2010 I Spit on Your Grave. If you like things brutal, as in the kills brutal, I think you'll like it. This is Bronco Juggalo saying thanks for watching. Peace.